As of December 7th of 2025, there are currently 44 volcanoes which are actively erupting around the planet, a total which is one more than were erupting last week. One of these, which is the only volcanic complex to be actively erupting in Alaska, is its remote Great Sitkin volcano. Located in the Aleutian Islands 26 miles east-northeast of the nearest populated settlement, the Great Sitkin volcano is currently undergoing its single longest eruption on record, which has been ongoing for 1,657 days or 4.54 years. In this time span, a very large basaltic andesite lava dome has not only filled the western two-thirds of its summit caldera, but also spilled over and flowed downslope by as much as 3,600 feet. This eruption could continue for multiple more years. And now, here are this week's top volcano-related news stories. In Colombia, the alert level was recently raised at the Purace volcano, and now there is the possibility, albeit in my opinion a low one, that the activity could escalate into a major explosive eruption. Meanwhile, in India, 2 acres of the planet's newest land were added as lava flows from the Barren Island volcano entered the ocean and formed a lava delta. And in what is this week's top story, after monitoring of the burning Telong volcano was interrupted by a major natural disaster, data resumption revealed that the volcano may be creeping towards an eventual eruption. As a result, the exclusion zone around the most likely eruption site, that being in the vicinity of the 2 summit craters at the lava dome that goes by the same name, was expanded from 1.5 to 3 kilometers in all directions. For reference, data gathered at the local observatory monitoring burning Telong had been interrupted by widespread regional damage and landslides from Cyclone Sanar. After data was restored on December 4th, it became apparent that a further escalation had occurred during the outage. The rate of shallow volcanic earthquakes notably increased, indicating the buildup of some pressure underneath its lava dome. I interpret this to most likely indicate the following. Since this did not occur alongside any surface fumarole changes, it seems that a batch of magmatic gas migrated upwards from where it was pooling, but did not reach the surface, although it did fracture rocks along the way. As a result, if this repeats again in the future, liquid magma, if it were to also rise, would have a much easier pathway upwards to the surface. Thus, while an eruption at burning Telong is not seemingly imminent in my opinion, the odds of it erupting sometime in the next few months has definitely increased. Meanwhile, in India, the world's newest land was added when basaltic lava from the Barren Island volcano and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands entered the ocean this week. This volcano has been erupting at a low to moderate rate for several months and previously formed a smaller lava delta that added 0.8 acres of land to the island earlier in the year. Well, in recent months, the erupted lava turned towards the north instead of to the west, burning patches of the island's rainforest along the way. It then entered the ocean, adding 2.08 acres or 8,433 square meters of land to the island. This lava delta is likely to continue to expand the overall island, albeit at a slow rate, with so far this year Barren Island having grown by 0.143% in size. And in Colombia, the Purace volcano has been experiencing increasing activity during the past few weeks, including several small explosive eruptions. Purace's recent activity began all the way back at the end of September when increased degassing started. Continuous volcanic tremor was then detected on November 19th, and then on November 23rd, volcanic seismic activity further changed, indicating the undeniable movement of magma underground. Purace then erupted with a minor ash plume on November 25th, and has been intermittently erupting with weak ash plumes ever since. These have caused some trace ash to fall on certain nearby communities, but didn't seem to be anything more than a slight annoyance. Then, on November 29th, its alert level was raised from yellow to orange due to the deemed theoretical potential for an even larger explosive eruption to occur like seen at this very volcano in 1849, 1869, and 1885. However, for that to have any potential of occurring, a plug in my opinion would need to form above the volcano's active vent first, and this has seemingly not yet happened. Here is a quick list of all the world's volcanoes which are currently erupting. Additionally, here are some volcanoes showing signs of unrest which are not erupting as of the recording of this video on December 7th of 2025. As a final note, I would like to thank my YouTube channel members and patrons on Patreon for supporting my work.